Hi guys, okay, so this is a quick process video to show you how I did the bonus double page with the leftovers, literally the leftovers that Lynette had from the Oh My Heart Paige Evans goodies. First of all, you guys have got 2 white sheets of cardstocks in your pack. So what I did, I think the best is always to join them so that you don't have a skew background, because that would be detrimental. So you want to just lightly join those. I just use masking tape. You can use whatever you want to use. Okay, so I did cheat a little bit. I actually did assemble the page already, and then I just took it apart. I didn't glue anything down. So I've put some Tombow glue onto all my elements so that it becomes repositionable. You do know that Tombow glue becomes tacky if you leave it for a while, and then you can reposition your elements. I love using big photos, and as you'll see, once you've cut up the papers, there are only a few pieces left. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I ended up doing. I used a big photo, because if you use a big photo, I love big photos by the way, you do need less paper. Even if I have lots of paper, I sometimes just use a big photo. Then I took some, you had lots of this paper left. It was like a yellow on one side and it had little squares on the other side. I cut a few squares that I really liked that matched my photo. You can see there I've got no pinks, so I've got that one, and I've got that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. I have not glued them yet because I'm going to cut little banners from them. Then I punched a border, and what I want to do with that border is I want to put it at the bottom of the photo, just kind of so that the photo is not hanging in the air, that it's actually resting on something. You guys each are supposed to have your leftover negative star. Remember, Lynette die cut all those beautiful backgrounds for you using her silhouette machine, and she was very kind and she already stitched this one for me. I think she was going to use it, but then she ended up not using it. So as you can see, the stitching actually adds some dimension. So if I was just to put some Tombow at the back, it would be a little bit wobbly. And you know how sometimes in your albums, if you don't put like fun foam all around or put a solid backing, it actually makes those little wobbles. If you're very stingy and you only put a little bit of the foam tape, don't be stingy guys. These are your projects and they're supposed to last for a lifetime. So I'm just going to show you a quick easy way that I do this. I'll be back in 1 second. So I always have some fun foam around, because fun foam is really pliable and it gives dimension, and you can cut it really easily. So you can see this piece is not exactly the same size, but what I can do is I can literally just go in there, kind of get the shape, and I'm going to turn it around just now. There we go. Cut that there, cut that there, cut that there, and there, and you just pull that off. So now I've got something that will give my star some dimension. Now the only thing about fun foam is it doesn't like Tombow, because it is kind of fabricy and it's a sponge, so it'll just suck up the glue. So what you want to do is you want to use your double-sided tape. I like the tapeworms. I know there are lots of brands out there. You can use your tape runner, you can use whatever you prefer to use. Just please don't buy the really cheap stuff, because trust me, your star will come loose, or anything that you glue, or it will get yellow marks. I did a blog post about that many years ago, because when I started scrapbooking they sold really cheap tape, and of course you know how we all are, we just want to buy the cheapest things. I don't know why, because we actually can afford to buy proper glue, which is the stuff that holds our memories together, but for some reason we all run out and buy the cheapest stuff we can possibly find. Human nature, I suppose. Okay, so you pull off the backing of the tape, and there we put our little makeshift piece in there, And let's say now that piece was protruding, I can just go and I can quickly cut it off. And if you want to add another little piece in there, you can. So you can see my star has nice dimension and it's not just going to wobble there. And I do have to adhere this to the page using double-sided tape as well. My mother always said if you turn clothes around, you should be just as neat as it is in the front. I did not inherit that trait from her, unfortunately. I hope I inherited some other good traits, but I did not inherit that one. Sorry, Mom. Okay, so I think I want to put the star there because then it covers that little wild, just random ending there. Okay, and then from your die cut pack, you had quite a few leftovers. You had some beautiful pieces. Now there was a big piece of paper like this in your packs. It was left over. I actually cut this big flower and another purple one from it, but obviously whichever color scheme you go with, you need to choose which papers you want to cut which flowers. Okay, so I'm just going to put, I think, that flower over there, and I think Lynette was also going to use this because it has some stitching holes in it. I'm actually not going to worry about that because I think it looks kind of cute, and I already put some glue into this baby. There we go. And then from your leftover die cuts, we had that pretty flower. I think I want to put that there, and I cut that little purple one. Don't know where that should go, maybe right there. Okay, and then I chose this title, Now is the New Later, and I want to put it on my photo. Okay, there is no rule that says you cannot put your titles on your photo. And then I want to put a piece of lace. You got that in your packs. First I want to cut my little banners, and the way I cut my banners, I know that there's a very scientific way to cut banners where you can actually put it down on the mat and then you can measure it and you can cut it. I am not that scientifically inclined, so all I do is I just kind of wing it, and I'm just going to cut a V in there. And I am going to use this one, and I'm going to cut a V in there, and maybe I'll let them overlap a little bit. I think I want to put this one in the middle. Okay, that one goes there, and that one goes there. And I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with this. It kind of felt to me like I wanted to have it a bit bigger. So let's quickly see if that will work out the way it's supposed to. Oh, not too shabby. Okay, I think I actually really like that. And now I have this one left, and I want to put this one on that side. Okay, and there we go. Let's just do that for you. And Bob's your uncle. Okay, we've got that one covered. Now I don't chalk when I do clean line pages like this, so I'm just going to add my Tombow, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so now I want to actually put the lace here, but I want to tuck it a little bit under the photo so that it doesn't have that black border. So because it already has the Tombow at the back, I can just squish it in there and try and get it kind of straight. And straight is as straight does, but I don't want to cover up my little flags. So I'm going to move that forward a little bit so that I just have a little teeny bit of the lace sticking out. It's just an accent. It's not supposed to be too overwhelming, and you don't have to put it on if you don't want to. Now also in your packs you'll have a little Susati stocky. I don't know, they call them bamboo sticks or something. So what you're going to do, you are going to cut off this end, and then you're going to take your double-sided tape and you're going to wrap it. Okay, and then you're going to pull off the backing, and you're going to take your twine that you have. This is real baker's twine, and you're just gonna wrap it around the little bamboo skewer. Okay, and the best way, honestly guys, to glue this to your page is to take your Tombow and to make a line. We actually want this, and leave it to become tacky for 2 or 3 minutes, and then you just press that in there. We'll get to that just now. You guys should also have in your packs some of these little black stick-on things. So I like to use them wherever, because they are cheap and they are really effective. I find that one can never have too many of these little things in all colors and shapes and sizes, because it just adds something to your page. It's just that little finishing touch. Okay, then what you also got in your packs, you got a few of these gorgeous little Frank, gosh, yeah, if I can find mine, because I just spread everything all over my table when I started with this page. Maybe I must just be a little bit more professional and quickly find them. Okay, anyway, sorry about that. I found them, but I also found the leftover enamel dots that you guys should have once you've added all your enamel dots. And I really like these little things, and I'm also going to show you how to make your own enamel dots, just for fun, because we can do that. So what I like to do, I like to use my Anitas or glossy accents or whatever you like to use to adhere these little metal things. So decide where you want them and just put a blob. I'm just going to place them randomly, one there. I think one would look nice over there, and I think I would like one over there, and I think I would like, ooh, a little tiny baby one there. And is that one glued? No. Let's put this little baby over here. I think that's a good spot for him. Okay, so that one goes there. And now we want to put down some of our stars. You should all have a few of the die cut stars that we could salvage. Let's put one there. Let's put one over there. And let's add another one over, I don't know, where do you think it should go? I think over there. And maybe we can do a little cluster one over here. And now there was another little piecey of your die cut packs. I don't like corners like that. Can you see that it looks to me as if it should be completed and covered by something? Okay, so I'm just going to put that little die cut there. And then I'm going to be using some of my leftover enamel dots, and I want to put that one there, and I want to put a big one there, and I think I want a baby black one there by the star so that it's not lonely, and I think that star also needs a yellow one, and that one can have a baby friend. And how about giving that one a yellow friend? Okay, so now we have quite a few enamel dots placed randomly, and I think my Tombow is ready to get the skewer. There we go, so it won't just fall off. So what else do you think we can do on this page, guys? It's pretty much finished, but then I realized I can give you guys each one of these little frame things. Marius made me lots of frames for the shop, and these were some leftovers. I just need to remember how to assemble it, and we actually cut them for you, and you can ink them any which way you want. You can paint them with acrylic paint. I thought it would look really nice to do a jumbo photo corner over there. Obviously that is optional, you do not have to do that. I just wanted to show you what it'll look like if you placed it. And then I did give you guys some photo corners. I'm going to just pop one onto the photo so you can actually see. I love photo corners. There's one, and I'm going to put one on this side. So you can see that's why I use a lot of Tombow, because it's so repositionable. And then obviously once I'm done, I'm going to secure it, and I'm going to take a piece of typing paper and I'm just going to press it down and make sure that it goes nice and flat. And I do think I want to add one of those little black things in there. And I'm going to, I don't know what I did with the other ones. I'm going to put that one there, smack bang in the center. Now with the splatting, what I did, once I just laid it out like that, I took a piece of typing paper and I placed it over my photo, okay? And then I used some plastic packaging if you can't find your craft sheet like me, and I used my Delicata black shimmer and the golden glitz inks, and I just twisted them onto that little piece of plastic, misted it with water, and I used 2 paint brushes to just splat where I wanted it. Took about 10-15 minutes to dry properly because I made nice big puddles, and the last thing you want is for it to just spread once you have spent all that time on making the layout. And there it is. You can obviously go and add more tidbits, but personally I think that that is simple, effective, tells the story. You see there I already added something that smudged at the top, and I might just do some personal journaling because this is a gift for someone. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed it, and please share your completed layouts with us. Bye.